Hello everyone, Daniel Coté here. In this video, I present my approach to training on cooperative management and cooperative governance, as well as my teaching approach. These training programs are available both online and in person. These programs are the result of my expertise and experience over 35 years as a professor of business strategy at HEC Montréal and 15 years on cooperative management at St. Mary's University, and over 30 years as a member of various cooperative boards of directors. Most of the concepts and cases used in these training courses are available in my latest book, published in 2022. First, a few words about the pedagogy I use. The three key components at the heart of my approach are flipped learning, Kirkpatrick planning and evaluation model, and the community of practice. First, flipped learning, what is it? Flipped learning is a learning approach in which the conventional notion of classroom-based learning is inverted so that participants are introduced to the learning material before class, with classroom time then being used to deepen understanding through discussion with peers and problem-solving activities and case studies. As part of the training courses I offer, participants are therefore invited to watch the videos I have prepared, which present the key models and concepts at the heart of these two training programs. Class time will then be devoted to exercises, projects, and case discussions. These videos are available on my YouTube channel. Second, the Kirkpatrick model. What is it? In the late 50s, Kirkpatrick defined a training evaluation model based on 4 levels: participants' reaction to the training, that is, their satisfaction expressed at the end of the course; learning, the changes in behavior because of the training; and results for the organization. All too often, training fails to achieve the expected objectives because the degree of preparation for it is inadequate. What's more, post-training evaluation is mostly based on satisfaction and learning, often measured by exam or assignment. What's missing are the third and fourth components, that is, the behaviors to be modified and the expected impact on the organization. To get around this problem, I propose to interview each participant beforehand about their background, about expectations and challenges, as well as about the cooperative they work for. The aim of this interview is to ensure that each participant has built her own path to optimize the results of these training courses in line with expectations, but also with the desired changes in behavior and performance within the cooperative. Each participant will be asked to draw up a preliminary document that can be completed throughout the course. Such preparation will serve as a pillar for optimizing the transfer of learning to practice. Third, the community of practice. What is it? A community of practice is a group of people who share a concern, a set of problems, or a passion for a subject, and who deepen their knowledge and expertise in this field by interacting with peers on an ongoing basis. The key to formal and informed knowledge transfer lies in the willingness and ability of individuals to share what they know and use what they learn. What unites participants is a common purpose and a real need to know what others know. As part of these training courses, I will invite participants to sign up for such a community of practice, which I will be presiding. Everyone will have the opportunity to share what he or she has learned in these courses and put into practice, successfully or not. The accumulated experience thus shared will potentially have a substantial impact on the performance of the participating cooperatives, as everyone will be able to learn from each other. In the wake of this community of practice, I will invite interested managers to join me in writing cooperative case studies on best practices implemented successfully throughout this process. This research and development phase is even more important as it will enable us to multiply the number of concrete examples and continue to delve deeper into the issues and challenges of optimal cooperative management. Now, about the cooperative management training program. At the outset, I would like to stress that my approach deals with cooperative management rather than the management of cooperative. While we can approach the management of cooperative with various management concepts, regardless of its uniqueness, a cooperative management approach requires that the specificity and the distinct features of cooperatives be considered and fully integrated. This is what the three models at the heart of my approach aim to do: cooperative equilibrium, identity crisis, and the new cooperative paradigm. My model of cooperative equilibrium is based first on the four rules central to the cooperative distinction, that is, economic democracy, the link of use, the collective reserve, and the sharing of surpluses in proportion to members' activities with their cooperatives. These rules are central to the cooperative dynamic and, when activated, aspire to the formulation and implementation of orientations, actions, and methods distinct from those of private enterprise. They must be integrated into both associative and business practices. Second, this cooperative equilibrium is built on the association-enterprise duality. This duality is central to the definition of what a cooperative is, which the International Cooperative Alliance defines as an autonomous association of people voluntarily united to satisfy their common economic, social, and cultural needs through a collectively owned and democratically controlled enterprise. To activate these cooperative rules and the association-enterprise duality, three levels of cohesion, what I've called horizontal alignment, are essential. First, between the members. Second, between the association and the enterprise. Finally, between the enterprise and its market, which we call the strategic fit. Let's not forget that these three levels of cohesion are at the heart of the creation of the cooperative when a group of people sharing a common problem create an enterprise that aims to be the solution to this common problem, which seeks to be directed and controlled by themselves based on the rules of equality and democracy. Hence, the importance of cohesion between members, between the association and the enterprise, between the enterprise and its market. Maintaining the third level of cohesion is essential to ensure the cooperative's sustainable competitive position. The first two are equally essential to ensure that the cooperative aims to satisfy the aspiration of its members, while it is collectively owned and democratically controlled. An important point to emphasize here, at the heart of these three levels of cohesion is cooperative governance. I will come back to this later. The absence of cohesion both between members and between the association of members and their enterprise brings with it the risk of an identity crisis that could result in orientations, actions, and methods within the cooperative increasingly similar to those of private enterprise. For a better explanation of this identity crisis, I invite you to watch the first video on my YouTube channel. In this video, I identify the factors that weaken the associative dynamic, namely the motivations for joining the cooperative, such as market abuse, the size of membership, association, and the resulting problems of abstraction and free riding, the absence of cooperative education, and the loss of sense of cooperative ownership of members. Meanwhile, the dynamic of the enterprise can be seriously impacted by isomorphic competitive and institutional pressures. That is, when two distinct organizations such as cooperative and the private enterprise find themselves in the same environment, they will tend to look more and more alike. The accumulation of these factors in the long term accentuates the risk of an identity crisis, while the characteristic features mentioned previously will only have an increasingly limited impact, and members will find it difficult to differentiate their cooperative from private enterprise. Third, this cooperative equilibrium aspires to integrate cooperative values and purpose, the cooperative business model, and the performance indicators to measure the added value for the cooperative stakeholders. This is what I call vertical alignment. Several key concepts lie at the heart of this vertical alignment. This is the backbone of cooperative management. For more information on both horizontal and vertical alignment, I invite you to watch the 6th and 7th video on my YouTube channel. Fourth, we need to consider the fact that first-tier cooperatives operate in a network. That is, they are very often members of a federation of cooperatives, which will have significant effects on their overall strategic and policies orientation, their resources, capacities, and skills, as well as their autonomy at local level. Understanding the issues and challenges of cooperative management and working to optimize its added value for its stakeholders, that is, members and their communities, employees, etc., requires integrating these distinctive features into a management framework, leading to orientations, actions, and methods distinct from those of private enterprise. This is what this cooperative equilibrium model proposes and facilitates. Although necessary, the equilibrium as defined is insufficient to optimize the potential of the cooperative mode of organization. To this end, I have developed a new cooperative paradigm over the last 30 years. The idea for this new cooperative paradigm came to me in the context of market transformation. As I questioned the relevance of the cooperative model in the context of emerging rules, it is a vision of the future I'm proposing here. Following an extensive reading of the management literature, I have selected 4 emerging strategies: value congruence, psychological ownership, loyalty, and value co-creation. For each of these strategies, I wanted to answer 3 questions. How do they create value? How do the foundations of these strategies relate to the foundations of a cooperative organization? What competitive advantages do cooperatives have regarding these strategies? I obviously don't have the space in this video to address these 3 questions for each of these strategies. They will, of course, be discussed at length in the course. For more details at this stage, I invite you to watch on my YouTube channel videos 2 to 5 on strategies of value congruence, psychological ownership, loyalty, and value co-creation. The answers to the 3 questions mentioned above are presented in detail. Also, videos 6 and 7 on cooperative equilibrium and the integration of this new cooperative paradigm at the heart of horizontal alignment as well as vertical alignment. Rethinking cooperative specificity from the perspective of this new paradigm enables us to reposition its identity as a source of value creation and as a lever of reinforcement of its competitive position. The new cooperative paradigm can also be seen as a solution to the identity crisis mentioned above. In a nutshell, this is the essence of this course on cooperative management. So, insofar as everyone will have a basic knowledge of the key concepts via the videos available on my YouTube channel, the focus of the 10 sessions will be mainly devoted to case analysis and group discussion. For the most part, the cases discussed are taken from my book, or the cases will be added as needed to illustrate the different facets of the concepts and models for cooperative management. Now, the cooperative governance training program deployed over 5 sessions. The models and concepts covered in the first 7 videos designed mainly for cooperative management are also rich in teaching about cooperative governance issues, but we need more. Hence, the importance of additional training aimed at cooperative board of directors. To support this training, I have produced this 8th video on cooperative governance. Briefly, here are the main themes covered in this program. First, we start with few examples of cooperatives where governance has proved to be deficient, leading to their bankruptcy or demutualization. These examples will also enable us to anticipate and rethink a governance structure that would have helped them to achieve a different result. Second, we need to address the issues specific to cooperative governance, giving the distinct features listed above. While the focus of cooperative governance is too often, almost always, essentially on the enterprise, it is important to remember that it is an association of people who own an enterprise. Cooperative governance must therefore be seen in the light of this duality, which lies at the heart of the very definition of what a cooperative is. This requires going beyond the legal requirements of holding a general meeting and electing representatives to the cooperative's board of directors, which most cooperatives limit themselves to. It is in this context that the cooperative equilibrium I presented earlier proves highly relevant to the design of cooperative governance. At the heart of this equilibrium lies this horizontal and vertical alignment described earlier. This dual infrastructure is central to the cooperative governance approach. Naturally, a board of directors is often likely to be mobilized by business issues, that is, vertical alignment, particularly the indicators used to assess the organization's performance. But when issues related to the three levels of cohesion are neglected, the cooperative will be more at risk of sliding into what I've called an identity crisis. It will also be more difficult to take advantage of the new cooperative paradigm, particularly the strategies of psychological ownership and value co-creation. At the heart of these two strategies lies the participation and engagement of customers, members of the cooperative, in the value creation process. Implementing these strategies is not only a management challenge, but also a governance challenge for the cooperative. As I demonstrate, particularly in the sixth video, the association enterprise duality and the four distinct rules can and must be seen as strategic levers facilitating the implementation of these two strategies. Rethought in this way, cooperative governance is fundamentally different from the governance of private enterprise. Third, in a more focused way, particularly in relation to business issues, we also need to address the various models of governance, such as agency theory and property rights, stewardship theory, stakeholder theory, etc. This results in an understanding not only of the roles and responsibilities, but also of the expertise and experience required to effectively assume the position of board director. It also facilitates the configuration of an optimal governance structure for a given cooperative. This configuration will vary according to the governance approach chosen. The parameters to be integrated for an optimal configuration are a multi-paradigm approach combining several key aspects drawn from various governance models. The roles of directors, which will be understood separately depending on the preferred governance approach. The board legitimacy, based on participation and representativeness, but also on expertise and experience. The benchmarks of excellence in governance based on clear articulation of mission and vision, a success-oriented culture, a focus on improvement, a reasonable board size. The source of tension to be addressed, the risk management, etc. Fourth, we need to set this governance structure within a framework that will facilitate monitoring and control, as well as support and guidance for senior management. The Balanced Scorecard is a powerful tool for this. The Balanced Scorecard provides management with a comprehensive perspective for translating vision and strategy into a coherent set of performance indicators. The basic perspectives on which the Balanced Scorecard is based are financial, customer relationship, learning and growth, and internal processes. In the cooperative context, perspectives on member participation and engagement, social, community, and environmental aspects are also required. Key indicators for measuring the cooperative's performance in relation to each of these perspectives must be identified, documented, and measured. These indicators must be aligned with the cooperative's mission, vision, and strategy. The benefits of the balanced scorecard are the creation of interdependence and interrelation between the perspectives on which it is based, organizational consensus and greater clarity around corporate priorities, also providing a means of holding staff and management accountable for their results in a clear and consistent way. Thus conceived, cooperative governance brings together the key levers for optimal configuration. A final comment. The training programs proposed here cover key issues and challenges of cooperative management and governance. The preferred pedagogical approach aims to optimize the probability of a substantial impact on the cooperative and its various stakeholders. For those of you interested in any of these programs, I invite you to contact me at the following email address. Thank you for listening.